Maple Creek Lane looked like a storybook, manicured lawns, white fences, and laughter drifting through the air. Neighbors waved, shared gossip, and believed nothing bad could ever happen here. In the heart of it all was Leah Carver, the beloved kindergarten teacher with a smile for everyone. Her yellow house was always festive, her kindness legendary. But beneath the surface, not everything was as perfect as it seemed. Someone was watching Leah, hidden behind friendly smiles. The peace of Maple Creek Lane was about to shatter. One Tuesday, Leah's car sat in her driveway long after she should have left for school. Mrs. Gable, her neighbor, noticed the silence and the stillness. No answer at the door, no sign of Leah. Inside, everything looked normal except for a muddy footprint on the kitchen floor and the back door left ajar. Fear replaced worry as Mrs. Gable called the police. "My neighbor, Leah Carver, is missing," she said, her voice trembling. On Maple Creek Lane, people didn't just disappear. But the open door and the chilling silence told a different story. The perfect world was cracking. A terrifying mystery had begun. Police swarmed the quiet street, transforming Leah's cheerful home into a crime scene. No signs of struggle, but Leah's purse, keys, and phone were gone. Only the muddy footprint hinted at something sinister. A photo of Leah and her class turned face down added to the unease. Neighbors had no answers. Leah had no enemies, no secrets anyone knew. Search parties combed the woods and parks, hope fading with each passing day. The yellow tape stayed up, a grim reminder. Leah Carver had vanished, and the community's certainty was gone. Then, a teenage neighbor came forward. He'd seen a woman with dark hair standing motionless in Leah's upstairs window the night she disappeared. It wasn't Leah. Something felt wrong. Police canvassed the street and heard a name, Leah Kearns, a quiet woman 2 doors down. Lisa kept to herself, rarely seen, a shadow compared to Leah's sunshine. Detectives tried her door. No answer. Neighbors hadn't seen Lisa since the day after Leah vanished. 2 women missing from the same street. Police obtained a warrant to search Lisa's home. The neighborhood's fear deepened. Inside Leah Kearns' house, detectives found a shrine to Leah, photos, surveillance logs, and a burned journal. The journal revealed Lisa's obsession. She wanted Leah's life, her friends, her happiness. The final entry, "She will never leave me. We can be together forever." The muddy footprint matched Lisa's boot. The woman in the window was Lisa, lost in her twisted fantasy. But Lisa was gone. So was Leah. The yellow house sits empty, a haunting reminder. Maple Creek Lane is changed. Suspicion lingers. Doors stay locked. Because sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones you think you know. One by one, the neighbors of Maple Creek Lane stepped forward, their faces hidden in shadow, voices tense with uncertainty. Each account only deepened the mystery. I heard a scream just after midnight. It was faint, like someone calling for help, but when I looked outside, the street was empty. I thought maybe it was just the wind. I saw Lisa's porch light flicker on and off. She was standing at the window, just staring out. I waved, but she didn't move. That was around 11. I didn't see Leah at all. There was a car idling near the end of the street. I don't know whose it was, but it didn't belong here. The engine was running for at least 20 minutes, then it drove off fast. I swear I saw 2 figures in Lisa's backyard arguing. The voices were muffled, but it sounded serious. I wanted to call the police, but I was scared. No one came in or out of Lisa's house after dark. I watched the block every night, but I did notice her curtains moving, like someone was peeking out. With every statement, the truth slipped further away. The night Leah vanished was a puzzle of shadows and whispers, and the answers seemed buried beneath layers of fear and doubt. The official investigation into Leah's disappearance brought a new layer of scrutiny to Maple Creek Lane. Here are excerpts from police interviews and reports, each revealing, yet none conclusive. Officer: Can you confirm what time you last saw Leah? Lisa: It was just after 10. She said she was going home. I never saw her after that. Officer: But a neighbor claims you were at your window at 11. I don't remember. Maybe I was. I couldn't sleep. Dispatch, Unit 4, respond to a suspicious vehicle report, end of Maple Creek Lane. Unit 4, copy. Arrived at the scene. Vehicle gone. No plate info. No witnesses. Security camera footage from nearby houses did not capture Leah leaving the area. No signs of struggle were found inside her home. Her phone and keys remained missing. Officer, you said you heard a scream? Neighbor, yes, but it was so faint. I can't be sure. I thought I saw movement in Lisa's backyard, but it was dark. As officers combed through statements and evidence, troubling inconsistencies emerged. Timelines didn't match. Witnesses contradicted each other. And crucial evidence, Leah's phone, the car's license plate, even clear footage, remained frustratingly out of reach. The case file was growing, but the answers, like Leah herself, were still missing. As investigators pressed on, fresh evidence emerged, each discovery more unsettling than the last. First, a set of fingerprints was found on Leah's bedroom window. They didn't match Leah, Lisa, or any known neighbor. The prints belonged to an unidentified individual, a ghost in the system, raising questions about who else had been watching Leah that night. Then, tucked beneath Leah's welcome mat, officers uncovered a cryptic note. The handwriting was jagged, almost frantic. It read, "You weren't supposed to see. Forget what you heard." No signature, no explanation. Just a chilling warning, left for someone. Perhaps Leah, perhaps someone else. Finally, a mysterious phone call. Dispatch logs revealed a late-night call from a blocked number. The voice on the line was distorted, almost mechanical. All it said was, "She's not coming back. Stop looking." The line went dead before it could be traced. These new pieces didn't solve the puzzle. Instead, they made it darker, more twisted. The more the investigators found, the less they understood. And somewhere on Maple Creek Lane, someone was watching, waiting for the search to end. As days turned to weeks, Maple Creek Lane was cloaked in uneasy silence. Shadows stretched across the pavement, and the air felt heavy with secrets. Neighbors gathered in hushed clusters, their voices barely above a whisper, glancing nervously at darkened windows. Police cars rolled quietly down the lane, blue and red lights flickering against the houses, searching for answers that refused to come. Every night, the yellow house stood empty, its windows reflecting only the darkness outside. The sense of dread grew with each passing hour. Then, just as hope seemed lost, a new voice broke the silence. A neighbor with a story that would change everything. The investigation reignited. Flashlights swept across lawns, radios crackled, and the community braced for what might come next. But as the night deepened, a single question echoed through every home. Was the real danger still out there, watching and waiting? The truth was about to surface, and Maple Creek Lane would never be the same. The next witness was ready to speak. Just when the shadows seemed to settle over Maple Creek Lane, two new voices stepped into the fractured silence. The first, Mrs. Ellery, a retired schoolteacher known for her keen observation, approached the investigators with trembling hands. She insisted that, on the night Leah disappeared, she glimpsed a tall, cloaked figure lingering near Leah's driveway. The stranger, she claimed, moved with an unnatural stillness, watching, waiting, before vanishing into the darkness as Leah's porch light flickered out. But across the street, Mr. Patel, a night shift nurse returning late, told a very different story. He was certain he saw Leah herself leaving her house alone, clutching a small bag. No one followed her. No one waited. In his account, Leah paused at the curb, glanced back once, then disappeared into the night. Two neighbors, two stories. The investigators listened, their suspicion deepening. Was Mrs. Ellery's imagination running wild, haunted by the rumors swirling through the neighborhood? Or was Mr. Patel's fatigue clouding his memory, making him miss what was right in front of him? With each conflicting testimony, the truth seemed to slip further away. The case, already tangled with secrets, grew more complicated, and as the rain tapped against darkened windows, the question lingered: who was telling the truth, and who had something to hide? The uncertainty on Maple Creek Lane lingers like a heavy fog. But then, 3 months after Leah's disappearance, the case takes a dramatic turn. Police, pressed by mounting public pressure and whispers of overlooked evidence, announce they are reopening the investigation. A hidden camera is discovered, tucked examined. The caller's voice, distorted and urgent, echoes through the interview room. Phone call transcript: "She's not safe. You're all looking in the wrong place." In the wake of these discoveries, Leah's family is brought in for questioning once more. Her mother's voice trembles, her eyes brimming with hope and dread. Leah's mother, emotional interview: "If there's a chance, if anyone knows something, please, let us bring her home." As new evidence breathes life into the investigation, the police and the community brace for answers, or more questions. The truth, once thought buried, is stirring beneath the surface, ready to be unearthed. The investigation accelerates, each clue now a vital thread in the tapestry of truth. In the dim glow of the precinct's evidence room, detectives pore over the enhanced footage, pausing, rewinding, zooming in on that indistinct silhouette. A familiar gait, a jacket recognized from earlier witness photos. The pieces begin to fall into place, police reviewing Leah's diary entries, cross-referencing names and dates. A pattern emerges, a series of quiet encounters, subtle warnings, and growing unease. The list of suspects narrows, suspicion settling on someone once considered an ally, Leah's longtime neighbor, Mr. Carter. The confrontation unfolds behind closed doors. Police body cam footage captures the tension. Mr. Carter's hands tremble as detectives reveal the evidence. The footage, the diary, the phone call. His voice cracks, denial giving way to confession. He speaks of jealousy, of secrets kept too long, of a dangerous obsession, masked by neighborly smiles. Leah's family stunned as the truth comes to light. Her mother weeps, relief and heartbreak mingling in her trembling hands. Outside, the community gathers, shocked, somber, and searching for answers in the familiar faces around them. As the real culprit is led away, the weight of the mystery begins to lift. But for those on Maple Creek Lane, the scars of betrayal run deep. The truth, at last revealed, leaves a community forever changed, and a haunting reminder that sometimes the greatest dangers lie closest to home. As dawn breaks over Maple Creek Lane, a quiet calm settles where fear once lingered. Neighbors step from their homes, exchanging tentative smiles, relief mingling with the memory of recent darkness. The police tape is gone, replaced by bouquets and handwritten notes resting gently on Leah's porch. For the first time in weeks, laughter returns to the street, children's voices echoing as they play beneath the old maple trees. Inside the Harper home, Leah's family gathers around the kitchen table. Sunlight streams through the window, illuminating the framed photo of Leah at the center. Her mother clasps her father's hand, their grief still present, but softened by the knowledge that the truth has been found. In the living room, Leah's sister opens a letter addressed to the community, expressing gratitude for support and a wish for healing. Across the neighborhood, life resumes its quiet rhythm. Some fences are mended, others remain, gentle reminders of the wounds that may never fully heal. Yet in whispered conversations and shared glances, a sense of unity grows. Together they have faced the unthinkable, and together they choose to move forward. As evening falls, the camera lingers on Maple Creek Lane, now peaceful, but forever changed. Sometimes it takes the darkest of nights to reveal the strength of a community and the light that can still be found, even after the truth shatters everything you thought you knew. But as Maple Creek Lane returns to its gentle routines, not all wounds fade with the morning light. Behind drawn curtains and polite greetings, an undercurrent of unease persists. Neighbors who once shared backyard barbecues now hesitate at each other's doorsteps. In hushed conversations, doubts linger. What if the truth uncovered was only part of the story? For some, guilt gnaws quietly. Regret over missed signs, over harsh words spoken in fear, or secrets kept in the name of self-preservation. Mrs. Alvarez, who once watched from her window, now avoids eye contact, haunted by what she didn't see. Mr. Collins, whose late-night walks raise suspicion, finds himself the subject of sideways glances and whispered rumors. The Harper family's gratitude letter circulates, but so does a new rumor. An anonymous note slipped into a mailbox, hinting that another secret still lies buried on Maple Creek Lane. Paranoia takes root. Doors are double-locked. Lights stay on deep into the night. Trust, once so easily given, is now measured, rationed, and sometimes withheld entirely. Children sense the shift. Their games become wary, their laughter edged with uncertainty. The old friendships are strained, as parents draw invisible boundaries they never spoke of before. And beneath it all, A single question echoes in every household. Do we really know our neighbors? As dusk settles, the camera pans across shuttered homes and anxious faces. Healing has begun, but the shadows remain, long, silent, and filled with secrets still waiting to surface. On Maple Creek Lane, the search for truth is never truly over. As summer quietly unfolds on Maple Creek Lane, the neighborhood's uneasy peace is shattered by an innocent discovery. On a humid afternoon, a group of children chase a worn soccer ball beneath the overgrown hedges bordering the old Harper property. Laughter fades as young Emma, trailing behind, stumbles upon something half buried in the dirt. A small, weathered toy car, its paint dulled, its wheels caked with mud. At first, it seems like nothing more than lost plaything, until Emma's older brother notices a faded, unfamiliar name etched on the underside. The toy doesn't belong to anyone on Maple Creek Lane. Curiosity quickly turns to concern as the children remember tales of the vanished neighbor and the secrets that once consumed the street. Word spreads quickly. Parents gather, voices low and anxious. The toy is handed over to the authorities, who, after weeks of closure, return to the neighborhood, this time with new questions and fresh urgency. Old theories are revisited, timelines re-examined, and the certainty of the case's resolution begins to unravel. Neighbors who thought they had moved on now find themselves drawn back into a web of suspicion and fear. The discovery of the forgotten toy reignites the investigation, casting a long shadow over Maple Creek Lane once again. As the camera lingers on the toy car, small, silent, and out of place, the question resurfaces: what else has been overlooked, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone to find it? Late one evening, as the investigation into Leah's disappearance is reluctantly renewed, an unmarked envelope arrives at the local police station. Its contents, a single, typewritten letter, send ripples of shock through the precinct. The author claims to know the truth about what happened to Leah, insisting she was never alone that night. The letter's words are measured but haunting. You've been looking in the wrong direction. There was someone else with her, someone who watched from the shadows, someone you trust. The letter goes on to describe a series of details never made public: the color of Leah's dress, the song she hummed as she walked home, and the exact time a car's headlights flickered on near the corner of Maple Creek Lane. Most chillingly, the writer hints at a hidden accomplice, someone still living among the neighbors, blending in, carrying secrets. As police scramble to verify the claims, fear and suspicion surge through the community. Who sent the letter, and why now? Was it a desperate plea for justice or a cruel misdirection? Anonymous tips pour in, old friends eye each other with new doubt, and the fragile trust on Maple Creek Lane fractures once more. The camera pans over the letter, its words stark against the page, as a single question hangs in the air: how much does one person's silence truly conceal? As suspicion circles Maple Creek Lane, one name surfaces again and again: Lisa Kearns. To the neighbors, Lisa was always polite, if a bit withdrawn, a single mother with a quiet smile and a tendency to keep to herself. But beneath the surface lies a history riddled with unanswered questions. The records reveal that Lisa moved to Maple Creek Lane just 3 years before Leah's disappearance, leaving behind a small town 2 counties over. There, whispers of another missing person, a teenage girl never found, shadowed Lisa's departure. At the time, Lisa was questioned, but never charged. The case went cold, and Lisa started over, hoping to outrun the rumors. Old photographs flicker on the screen. Lisa as a teenager, standing apart from classmates. Lisa's family home, now abandoned and overgrown. Former neighbors recall odd moments: Lisa's late-night walks, her tendency to watch from windows, her reluctance to form close friendships. Some remember seeing her argue with strangers in the street, her voice trembling with fear or anger. Investigators now pore over these fragments, looking for patterns, connections between the vanished girl and Leah, between Lisa's movements and the timeline of both cases. The anonymous letter's chilling claim that someone trusted stood in the shadows forces detectives to reconsider Lisa's place in the puzzle. Was she a silent witness, a victim of her own past, or something far more sinister? As the camera lingers on Lisa's face in an old yearbook, the lines between guilt and innocence blur. In the quiet corners of Maple Creek Lane, echoes of Lisa's past threaten to become the key to unraveling the truth. The town hall is packed, every seat filled, every eye fixed on the trembling figure at the front, Leah's mother. Her voice cracks as she pleads for answers, her pain echoing off the walls. "Someone knows what happened to my daughter. Please, if you've seen anything, if you've heard anything, don't let her become just another rumor." A hush falls. One by one, neighbors rise, confessions spilling out like rain. A teenage boy admits he saw Leah walking with someone the night she vanished, but fear kept him silent. An elderly woman, hands shaking, accuses Lisa Kearns directly, her words sharp with old grievances and suspicion. Lisa stands, her face pale, denying it all, her voice barely above a whisper. Tempers flare, accusations ricochet, resentments years in the making ignite. Secrets once buried bubble to the surface, old feuds, hidden affairs, unspoken fears. The town, once united in grief, fractures under the weight of suspicion. Suddenly, a voice from the back, a man no one recognizes, interrupts the chaos. He claims to have seen Leah that night, but his story only deepens the mystery, contradicting what others have said. The meeting unravels, leaving more questions than answers. The camera lingers on Leah's mother, tears streaming down her face, as the community disperses, no closer to the truth, but forever changed. As the lights dim, the screen fades to black, a single question remaining. In a town full of secrets, will Leah's story ever be told?